it's Sam. So today I'm going to be doing my Sephora Vib sale recommendations. I basically put together like the ones that I am going to be stocking up on, so kind of like my must-haves, like absolute have to purchase and stock up of what I love the most. And then I've also featured some things that I think if you haven't gotten already, these are the items that I would recommend to get. So I kind of have a little bit of like mixture of everything. So I've got this thing full. So we're just gonna go ahead and get started. I'm gonna go ahead and show you the things that I love, like that I'm gonna be stocking up on, that I just are like my holy grail items first. So you've probably already seen a lot of these, but hey. So the first one is the Detox Dry Shampoo from Drybar. This is an amazing dry shampoo if you have blonde hair, if you need volume, if you need it to get rid of all that oiliness and also kind of lighten up your roots. This one is amazing. They also make a specific one for brunettes. So if you are brunette, I would definitely recommend getting the one for brunettes because this does come out quite light. Next is the Blender Cleanser Solid Pro, and I actually got the massive one, and honestly guys, this was so worth the money. It's $45, so it's a little pricey, but this lasted me so long. I actually need to restock because I have that tiny little bit in the corners, so I will actually be, this is what I'm purchasing with my 20% off. But I really love this. It just cleans your blender or your beauty blender or beauty sponges so well. And this one is so big that it does last you a lot longer than that little one for like, what, 20 bucks or something. I highly recommend just going and getting the big massive one because in the long run, it's way better. Okay, the Dermalogica Pre Cleanse, I highly recommend getting. If you can get that 20% off on this, do it. This is the best makeup remover ever. They also have their new balm, which is a thicker texture, but for some reason it does not work so great on my eyes. It kind of gives me a weird film. So I recommend the oil because it just gets rid of all of my eye makeup, all of my foundation, literally everything on my face is gone when I use this. So next are my two foundations. This is the Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk Foundation. I get the color 5.5 and I mix it half and half with the Estee Lauder Double Wear. This is in the color 3W1 Tawny, and this is the regular Double Wear, the original. It's not the Double Wear Nude. And I just love these. These are my holy grail foundation. I know that they work on my oily skin. They are full coverage. Well, this one's full coverage. This one is more skin-like, so mixed together, they're beautiful. They last all day on me. I don't have to worry about myself looking crazy by the end of the night. It just consistently looks flawless all day long, and this mixture is so beautiful. So if you haven't tried this mixture together, basically the Estee Lauder controls the oil, gives you that longevity and the full coverage, and the Giorgio Armani gives you that really skin-like kind of like glow from within like finish. So together they're beautiful. Next is the Too Faced Hangover 3-in-1 Replenishing Primer and Setting Spray. I love this as a setting spray, guys. It is so beautiful. It smells like coconut. It pops your highlight. It just does a really good job of making everything look polished, especially if you're using powders. This is great to kind of set them all in, make it melt into your skin. This is my second one that I've bought, so that just shows you. And even if you have oily skin, it doesn't make you feel any greasier or oilier than you normally would. This one is actually really, really matte for me, so if you have really, really oily skin and you don't want to see any kind of dew, I would actually recommend this one. This is the Too Faced Peach Mist Mattifying Setting Spray. This is matte. If you want to be matte, you need this in your life. You do need to shake it up really, really well. Sometimes if I know I'm going to be going down to like Sac or the Bay or somewhere that's a little bit more humid, then I will use this one kind of in this area of my face, and then I'll use the other one that I just showed you on the outsides of my face, because the outside of my face, it doesn't get oily, but this whole section of my face does. So if I know I'm gonna be in a more humid climate where I know I'll be greasy, then I'll just spray this one right in that center. But usually for everyday use, I noticed that now that the weather has changed, it's a little bit too mattifying for me. I need a little bit more moisture or kind of dew to my skin. So I have not been using this lately just because it's really dry here. So if you're an oily girl, this is for you. Okay, as far as powders go, you guys know I love my Nars Translucent Crystal Light Reflecting Setting Powder. This I have used for so long now. I have bought so many of these. It's just a consistent, like, I think it's like every couple months I buy one. So I highly recommend that as a powder. That's what I use for around my nose, my chin, anywhere I have fine lines or texture, pores. That works really, really well. And then this one is what I set the rest of my, like the whole face with. So I go in with this to fill in my pores. And then this just gives me a tiny bit of coverage. It just kind of smooths everything out and makes it look really, really nice. This is the Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk Compact. So this is something that I will be stocking up on because well, both of these actually, because I go through these like every couple months and they're definitely pricey. I mean, it's not cheap, especially this. So this is something that if you have a chance to get it on, you know, 20% off, do it. Okay, and then as far as like my eye staples, this from Tweezerman is awesome, guys. I absolutely love this thing. It's such a good eyelash curler, but it's also rose gold, so it's really pretty. I definitely recommend it if you have been looking for a good eyelash curler. That is a really, really good one. It just gives you so much lift. It doesn't make them bent looking, like it's really good. As far as mascara, I think I've like seriously probably bored you to death with these two, but I just can't stop using them. They're both from Lancome. This is the Cils Booster XL, and this is the Hypnose Drama. I don't get the waterproof one because I don't like waterproof because I feel like it's very difficult to remove. They both have those kind of like more brush versus the rubber brush. But together, they're so good. It doesn't transfer, it doesn't crumble, it doesn't go up on my brow bone. It's just so good. And then as far as brows, the actual brow pen that I use is not from Sephora, but this is what I always set them with. And this is the Makeup Forever Brow Gel. I have it in the number 15. So I do my eyebrows and then I just kind of brush the little hairs that I do have with this, and it kind of lightens it, it sets it in place, it kind of just blends everything out and does a really beautiful job. I just think that this is so good. It's lasted me a really long time, so I feel like once you buy it, it will last you months and months because I've had mine forever. And then as far as liners go, I can't stop using these. These are definitely pricey, so this is the perfect time to stock up on them if you've been wanting either one or maybe a few different colors. Every single color I've tried is amazing. My specific favorite colors are this one, which is Fine Wine, and then I also love the color Brownie. So Brownie is like a really nice dark deep brown. That's what I have in my waterline today. Fine Wine is like a really beautiful cranberry. So they go on so creamily. Let me just show you guys. They are so pigmented. You need one swipe and it's like ding. Like it lasts all day. They don't bleed into your inner corner to make you look like a hot mess. They're just so beautiful. You can see how creamy and pigmented they are. And they're also really great on the upper lash. They don't go up into the crease. Once you put it on, it's done. It is not going anywhere. You have a tiny little bit of time before you can, like, you know, if you need to blend it out or smudge it, you can do that. But once it's dry, it's done. It's not budging at all. This is the only brush I think I own that is from Sephora. No, just kidding. I'm sorry. There's two, but this one you can't buy singly. This one is the Too Faced Teddy Bear brush. It comes in a set, and it's my favorite powder brush of life. This one is also from Sephora. This is the Bare Minerals Dual Finish Blush and Contour Brush, and this is so beautiful. I love it for applying my Nars powder as well as my under eye powder because it does a really good job of filling in the pores, filling in the fine lines and wrinkles. It's really great for underneath the eyes because it really just fits in there super well. But there's something about the bristles, I just use the white side, that it puts the powder into your pores really well, like packs it in there. So I really love this brush. This is not the specific color. I can't find the other color. I think it's in one of my purses. But the Benefit Punch Pop in Sugar Cookie Lip Gloss is so good. Now this is not the color, but I have used this color and this is really pretty as well. But the Sugar Cookie is lighter. It's kind of more of a peachy pink and I love that. It's just really hydrating. It's glossy. It's, you don't need, it's like a no fuss thing. You don't need anything else with it. Like it's just really beautiful. So I usually keep it in my bag and just retouch with that. Okay, I have a couple of skincare products. So I don't actually have the essence that I love, but I recently spoke about it. It is the SK2 facial essence or facial treatment essence. I don't know. I'll link it down below. I don't have it because I ran out of it, but this is the time that I'm going to stock up on it because it's really expensive. It's a real splurge for skincare, but it's so good. It's just basically an essence. It feels like a water. I put it on before my moisturizer and it just makes your skin feel so hydrated and just supple and just really, really nice. And then this is a really great moisturizer. There's another moisturizer that I really like that is not from Sephora, but if you're specifically looking to save some money, then this one is really good. This is the Origins Original Skin Matte Moisturizer with Willowherb. Not only is the packaging gorgeous because it's like a really pale light pink, this smells absolutely delicious. And it is a mattifying moisturizer, so oh god, it just smells like oranges. It's so yummy. So it's kind of like a gel moisturizer, and it's really nice. I actually put this a lot of the time if I'm feeling extra dry. I'll use my regular moisturizer, and then I'll put this kind of in this zone because that's where I have like a lot of dry skin from the acne treatment that I use, and it just gets rid of any flakiness, but it's nice because it doesn't make me extra oily in that area. So it does a really good job of kind of like priming the area for makeup. So it's a really good moisturizer if you are oily and you haven't tried it yet, but you do, like for me, I'm oily, but I'm really dry right now as well. This is a really good lightweight gel moisturizer that smells amazing, that feels really good, that does a really beautiful job of like priming and moisturizing but not being oily. I really love Glam Glow masks. I think they're beautiful. I think they do a great job of just like doing what they do. And I specifically really like the Glam Glow Super Mud Clearing Treatment. This one is the white one. There's so many different ones to choose from. I mean, I feel like they have tons nowadays. But this one I really just like. I use this one quite regularly, and it does a really beautiful job. So I love this, and again, these are kind of, they're pricey, so this is the time to stock up. This I honestly use so much. This is like my go-to palette right now. This is the Too Faced Just Peachy Mattes. I love it. The colors are warm, they're peachy, they're delightful, they're perfect for the fall. I use this every single time I wear makeup because I always use peach tea as my transition, and I usually use a little bit of peach cobbler as well, but I also love the peach sangria and the peach tart. I mean, every single color in here is great, but I actually find myself always reaching for this, always for my transition at least. So I highly recommend that palette. I just think it is so worth the money. It's beautiful. They're all matte. They smell like peaches. They're just really pigmented and amazing. This is another palette that is from Sephora, and this is a very, very like splurge item. This is $129, so it's really, really, really expensive. And I'm not saying this is a necessity or a must-have. I don't think you need to run out and get it. But if you have been looking at it and you want it, then I would say this is the time to stock up on it because you can save some money on it because it is so pricey. This is the Natasha Denona Lila palette. And basically, it's just all of these gorgeous, amazingly pigmented shades. The specific ones that I really love are this one right here, which is called Dragon's Tail, I believe. Is it? Sorry, Dragon Bite. I love these three on the bottom. This one's also really pretty. This one, this one, this one, this one, and that one are the ones that I use the most. But they really are, I mean, it's a beautiful palette. It's whether or not you want to spend the money, but I figured I would feature it because I do really like it. I think it is great, but I think that if you are going to get it, this is the time because it is super expensive. ColourPop just recently went into Sephora stores. So I was really excited because you guys know I've been a fan of ColourPop for years now. And so to see them in Sephora is really, really cool. I mean, that's such a huge achievement. But they have come out with some really amazing palettes that are now available on the website. I already went and checked. This is the Semi Precious palette from ColourPop. This is, first of all, it looks so holiday inspired. It's like really cute and wintry. And then you open it up and you have these gorgeous shades, and they're all like really pretty. I mean, they're called Semi Precious. So they're kind of like that metallic kind of like gem feel. But guys, these are so unbelievably pigmented. It's ridiculous. You barely touch them. And let me just swatch the other ones. It's like, holy moly, the amount of pigmentation you get just from like barely swatching is insane. $26, you get 8 shades. They're all really beautiful. Like I said, semi-precious gem kind of like inspired. And they're really pretty because you got your 2 or, well, actually 4 warm ones, no, 5 warm ones. And then you got a really fun gold, this kind of like khaki green, and then a really cool kind of like, it's like a kind of icy bluish kind of purpley shade. It's really cool. So I really think this is worth it because it's only $26 and it's really, really pigmented. So if you like that really metallic eye, I would recommend that one. And then this one is also $26. This is the Golden State of Mind palette. This one is beautiful. I swatched all of these and I was like, dang. Oh, my kids were swatching them with me and they're like, wow, Mom, these are amazing. And if a kid says that, you know it's good. So you open it up and it just looks like this inside. But these, again, are all super duper duper pigmented, like really metallic or foiled, if you want to call it, just intense shadows. And they're all that way. They're all foiled, like glittery, sparkly, just like super amazing shades. I'll just swatch. And they kind of look chunky when you first swatch them and you're like, oh, well, I don't know if that's chunky or not. But then when you actually put them on your, well, that just shows how pigmented they are because they completely like covered that liner where it was. They're just, I don't know if it's gonna show here. Anyway, they're super duper pigmented. They're super metallic. There's so many really pretty colors in there. I mean, it's just such a beautiful palette. And it's only $26. I have this one right here, which is called Girlfriend, right in my inner corner, and it just popped. I mean, you don't need much of these. It's intense. This one is great. Not only is it adorable, so this would be a super cute Christmas gift. It's really fun with all the little rose gold stars and then the pale pink and white packaging. This is called the Polite AF Super Shock Shadow Collection. This is the most expensive out of the collection, I believe. It's $30. And this one has 6 of their shadows, their Super Shock shadows, which are just like the single little jarred ones. And if you have never used the Super Shock shadows, you are missing out in your life because they're so pigmented. They are so just holy moly. Pretty sure I have Birthday Girl. I know I have Sequin because this is actually one of my favorites and I'm like halfway done with mine. So I'm just gonna go ahead and show you Sequin first. Guys, this is so pigmented. It is the most beautiful color. I actually just use this alone when I don't have a whole lot of time to do like a big, huge eye look because look at that. It's like a sparkly kind of rose gold bronze shade. It is so beautiful. Oh my gosh, I just love Sequin. So when I saw that it had Sequin in it, I was like, OMG. And then you also have Birthday Cake. And this one is really sparkly. It's kind of like another rosy gold. It's got more of a pink versus a bronze shade. Hopefully you guys can see. There we go. It has like silver sparkles in it. It's really pretty. So they both are very glittery, but like a fine glitter. And then there's also Birthday Girl, which I seem to recall that I do have. I just know that Sequin is my absolute favorite. So Birthday Girl is more of a kind of like champagne-y kind of, it still has a little bit of a rose gold, but it has more of a champagne color to it. Hopefully you guys can see. There we go. Anyway, they're all so beautiful. And so this is just such a beautiful collection because not only do you get my favorite, which is Sequin, but then you get some darker shades as well. So this one is called Stereo, and this one is so pretty. It's like a dark kind of burgundy with pink glitter in it. So beautiful, guys. Oh my gosh, I just love these. They're so, I mean, they're just like, oh god, yeah, it's like a dark kind of purple with like gold and purple glitter in it. They're amazing. You guys cannot go wrong with these things. I am a huge fan of Super Shock shadows. They're just like my go-to if I cannot be bothered to do a whole entire crease and lid color and all that. I just stick it all on with one color and I'm done, and it's so easy. This color is Drift, just like a really nice kind of cranberry. Yeah, it's just like a cranberry. Deep Dive, which is a really gorgeous, sparkly, like kind of warm chocolatey brown. It's really glittery. It has like little gold glitters in it. It's got gold and purple glitters in it. It's so, so beautiful. So that one is an absolute must-have for me. If you have not tried the Super Shock shadows, you need to try this. This is the perfect way to start off with them because not only are you getting that Sequin, which is the best, but you're getting all these different shades, and some are dark and some are kind of like that medium range, but they're so beautiful. Okay, then there's 2 single shadows that I think are really fabulous. This one right here I'm actually wearing today. This is called Bouncy, and this is like a really cool kind of greeny bronze with like different colored sparkles. It's really interesting, and it looks kind of more kind of grayish green on me. I'll just swatch it so you guys can see. It's a really interesting color, and I have it on my lid right now, and then I topped it off with the other one I'm going to show you. But there's the color, and it's really an interesting shade because it has all these like pink kind of sparkles in it, but then it's kind of like a green kind of bronze. I don't know what it is. It's really a cool color, so I really like that, and it's only $5. I actually topped it with this one. This is Fluffy, and this one is more of a kind of like golden, but it's amazing. Like, it's so intense when you apply it with your finger, and I put it on top of that bouncy. It's on my eyelids right now, and they look so kind of wet, and like they just catch the light so well. This one is, like I said, called Fluffy. I don't know why my freaking camera can't just, there we go. So this one, it's really cool because at first it just looks gold, but then once you put it on, it has these like really interesting little like flecks of like a, kind of like a purple glitter inside of it. It's like, yeah, it's like a pinky purple glitter, so it's kind of like a duochrome. And one way it looks more kind of purpley pink, and then you move it and it looks really gold. It's really, really cool. But I put that over today, and it just looks absolutely beautiful. It makes it look really wet. So I love that. And they're $5. You can't really go wrong. And then last but not least is it's another product from ColourPop. This is not sponsored by ColourPop. This is the Legit AF ColourPop Super Shock Highlighter Trio. This is $24, so again, a really good price. The packaging is just so beautiful with the light pink and the white, and then the little rose gold detailing and stars. Is just so cute. So the one that I have on today, which I pretty much would buy for the entire thing, is, I mean, it's just so good. This is the Over the Moon Super Shock Cheek, and it's kind of like a really fun, kind of purpley, pinky, it's almost like sparkly, and it's just so beautiful. It highlights it just makes you look really dewy and kind of unicorn, mermaid. It's purpley, but then it also has, like, if you get up close, it's kind of sparkly, so I feel like in the sun, it would be beautiful because there's definitely some glitter in there. I love it. And then there's Spoon. It's just like a really pretty kind of champagne, but it also has a lot of silver sparkle to it. So this one is just, it's very subtle, this one. I like it a lot. It's really great for like everyday kind of like natural highlight. You can see it on the bottom there, hopefully. It's just a really pretty kind of like vanilla champagne shade, and it's really, really creamy. And then the other color that you get in there is a little darker. This one is just a really beautiful kind of like, yeah, it's almost like a soft kind of rosy gold champagne shade, if you guys can tell. Hopefully you can. There we go. So those are 3 really gorgeous highlighters, and like I said, as long as you apply them with the little mini beauty blender that's damp, they just go on so beautifully. Those are my Sephora Vib recommendations. Hopefully this is not like the longest video ever, but I really wanted to share like the ones that I will be repurchasing, like the ones that I love that are my holy grails, as well as some fun new ones for you guys that you can check out that I've kind of just recently gotten and played with and thought, dang, this is amazing, you need this in your life. Plus, all the ColourPop ones are really quite affordable. They're so good. They're pigmented. They're amazing. I mean, you guys know I've been a fan of ColourPop for so long. So today is the last day for the Rouge First Access, and that one is for 20% off. So basically, get on it, because you only have until today. And then I think the next one is like, what date is it? Maybe the 10th? I don't know. I'll put the dates down below. Thank you guys. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up. Happy Monday. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Mwah. Bye.